Greetings everyone and welcome to Review Time. I'm your host Iceland. So today I'm going to be reviewing Beast Wars 2, Beast Wars Neo, Galvatron. And here's the box he comes in. There's a nice little picture there, which you could probably see better if I turned it. Nope. There's nothing I can do to fix that. You're just going to have to deal with the glare. I'm in my sister's room and it's nighttime, so here's a shot of him in robot mode and whatever, robot mode and beast mode and all that stuff. And here's a shot of the back and a shot of his different modes on the side. And that's pretty much it. He's the leader of the Destrons. And he's got 3 modes. The reason he's got 3 modes is he's got his robot mode, and then, at least according to the TFCog fan dub, he couldn't make up his mind between, I guess, the strongest vehicle that planet Gaia, the dead civilization of planet Gaia had to offer, or the strongest creature that it had to offer, so he scanned them both. Now, I'm going to start out in robot mode because, to me, the robot mode is the weakest mode of all 3 modes. It's okay, but it's a little sort of goofy and cartoony to me. And I got these transformed wrong. They're supposed to be facing forward, at least according to the box. So here he is. He's pretty okay. He's pretty okay. He comes with 2 sword, sickle, axe weapons, whatever they are. He comes with 2 of them. He has this crystal in his chest. Well, it's actually just a marble, but I guess it's supposed to be some kind of a crystal or something. It's all nice and speckly inside. I'm not exactly sure what the purpose is for, I'll be honest with you. He's got Gatling guns for knees. That's always pretty cool. And they do fold straight up, so you don't have to have them always out. You can, if you decide that you want to display them in sort of a more neutral thing, you can take these, and these end up plugging in here for the beast mode and become part of the tail. So you can do that. He's got a huge backpack, and that's because he's got 3 modes. So he does have a huge backpack. Part of the backpack does detach, but you can have him in an attack mode where you have these kind of raised up and out. Ouch. And it's a little pointy, I'm not gonna lie. So I wonder if I'm doing that right. Give me a second. I've got the instructions, which are pretty big. It's like on a 20 by 30 sheet. So yeah, these can go down more. So you sort of got almost like a, oops, you can't see it very well. And you saw my light. That's my light source. Deal with it. So you can have them with these out, sort of like a praying mantis style thing. You can also detach this from the back of them. And let's see. I did it right. No, I didn't. You can have it like this. And then if you push down on this lever, maybe I'm pushing it the wrong way. It's supposed to do something. I'm doing it wrong. Of course, leave it to me to embarrass myself. I haven't actually done this before. I leave him in my favorite mode all the time. So, but you can go like this and have a claw pincher thing, and he can actually hold it in his hand as another weapon. So it's a little big, like it's a gun pincher thing. Let's just move the camera because that would just be a lot easier. So you can see, woo! Almost lost my light source there. So there's that. And not much more I can say about this mode. Let me take this out and I'll give you Now, this is part of the reason why I don't like this mode that much. That face just looks really silly. Unfortunately, it's a kind of a staple of Beast Wars. Like one of the Beast Wars Megatrons has a silly looking face like this. I think it's the one that's supposed to be more cartoon accurate. He has this weird grimace. It's just a little weird. And then seeing the white teeth, just very weird. So, and there's a close up of his spark crystal, or whatever that is supposed to be. You can see it's pretty interesting. Just a marble. I don't know if it comes out. I don't think so. No, it doesn't come up. He has no light piping. Does he have any? No, he doesn't. He's got painted eyes. It's pretty nice. I like the design of his chest. Sort of reminds me of an insect. An insect's face. He's full of nice detail. It's just, he seems a little cartoony. And I know that sounds a little silly considering that this is all based on a cartoon and whatever, but he, even his proportions suffer. Let's pull that out just a little bit. So, turn him this way and you can see that, which forms part of the backpack, and then if you have, you have this on there, it forms more of it. And, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad beast. It just doesn't feel like a Galvatron to me. He's got purple and sort of like a lavender color? Lilac? I don't know. It's sort of like a purplish pink. I don't know how to explain that. So, articulation is his head. I'm in the camera. His head moves. It's very hard to move it. It just moves slightly. His arms rotate 360 degrees. They do go out and in. A lot of that's for transformation. Rotates at the shoulder, just above the bicep. Bends at the elbow. Bends at the elbow, and his fists do rotate. Due to transformation, he also has a waist swivel. His legs are on a ball joint. No, it's not on a ball joint. It's a ratchet joint. So so his legs go far back, way back. They go back far back. They go forward. Let's move that forward. Forward. Let's see. They bend at the knee. They rotate at the thigh. And his toes do point down, but that's about it. So, you can get some decent poses out of him. So, yeah, and I'm on a bed right now, so that's why I'm having a lot of problems balancing him, because he balances really well, especially because he's got this thing hanging off the back. So yeah, so let's go on to his second mode. Oh, actually, before I do that, let me give you a size comparison. So I'm gonna do a size comparison with a deluxe figure that a lot of people should have by now. Dang it. Should have this figure by now. So, stand up. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Stand up straight. Stand up proud. You are a Predacon. Yes, a Predacon. And here he is next to the reveal of the shield, battle in space, battle for space, Cyclonus that comes with Rodimus, and I think this Cyclonus also came in Japan with a white Galvatron, but they wisely left that out of. So you can see he's a Voyager size figure. He's not even an Ultra. He's a Voyager size figure. He's actually shorter than Lio Convoy, his nemesis, at least in robot mode. So I'll get him out, and I'm gonna pause the camera and be right back because his transformation is simple but tricky, and to be honest with you, I don't want to get burnt by that because that thing is very hot. So be right back. All right, and okay, you're gonna have to kind of brace yourself for this. This is, but this is the second mode, and before I actually turned this into this, transformed it into this mode, I didn't really like this mode, but it kind of, after transforming it into this mode once, it kind of, yeah. So let's roll this into, let's do that again. Watch this in slow motion. What does this look like to you? Need a hint? Okay, hold on. Yeah, so here's the tank mode, the drill tank mode, or like I like to call it, the Drildo tank mode. I'm not exactly sure what the fine folks at Takara were thinking when they crafted this thing. No offense, it looks like the dildo from hell. It looks like H.R. Giger or H.R. Geiger's Wet Dream mixed with some Edgar Allan Poe stuff. I don't know. This is just really, really bizarre. This is, I mean, if it didn't have this part here, you could actually, whoops, getting a text. You could actually, this would actually make a pretty interesting sort of scorpion mode. You could just flip these forward or insect mode. Or even, you know, flipping flipping them up, or, well, not flipping up. If there was a way to flip these down and flip these up and, you know, like this, and bend this down, I mean, because that looks pretty insectile right there. It even has sort of like spaces where it could be eyes, right? You know, whoops. See if I can do that. And these look like mandibles. That was hot. So, I mean, look at this. Just pretend that part isn't there. Does that not look like it could have been an insect? Just flip these forward and it could have been like some kind of seriously, it could have been like a scorpion tank or something. And you can't really see it because it's not far enough away. But, you know, if it wasn't for that drill thing there. But, unfortunately, they decided to make a Drildo tank. Yes, that's trademarked. If you use it in your video, you have to pay me 25 cents. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You can go ahead and use that. But, let's see. Aside from these pincher things, it has, and, you know, and look, it's got, you know, the Gatling guns from the knees become Gatling guns on the tank treads. I mean, it's pretty nice. It's not bad. It's just a little too Japanese, shall we say? I can understand why Beast Wars 2 never made it over to the States. But yeah, so here we got the Drildo tank, and it's a nice size. It's not bad. It's, you know, it's fairly long. Let's lay down a. Let's see. So you can see, let's put them on top and don't get no ideas. There we go. You can see he's a little more than twice as long as a regular deluxe figure pre-Dark of the Moon. So you push this down and it spins. Pretty nice gimmick for a drill, but it's just really phallic looking. I mean, thank God they have this thing here. Because if this thing was not here, seriously, let's take a look at it from the underside. Yeah, it's just really phallic looking, but it is pretty nice, and it comes with a rub symbol. I showed this off on the Lio Convoy. There's a rub symbol right here, which got darker when I put my hand over it. It's really weird, but it's pretty. It's probably the light that's like already activating it, but let's see if I can zoom in just a little bit. So you can see his allegiance is Predacon. And I guess I can take it on camera to Dragon mode. I'm going to move the lighting source over, and I guess move this over so it's. Oh yeah, I forgot. This also the missiles shoot out the back end. the mandible missiles. That didn't do it. There we go. There we go. All right, so having ejected the missiles, so that actually works pretty good having the light over there. Let's see. The first thing we want to do is get the legs and flip these panels up. And sorry, my hand is in the way. Flip them up and like that. Flip them over that way. And again, just take them, flip them up like this, and then flip them all the way over. And that now allows you, well, actually, I guess you could have done it before, but you can now hold the legs out like so. And that's partially it. And then you just come in here and grab these gold pieces and pull them out, and they become a foot and toes. And then you just fold this back in there like that. And that's pretty much the leg. So we're going to do that again over here. Straighten it out. Pull out the toes. We can pull out the calf. And flip these in. And they're kind of sort of insect bird-like. Like it's a mix between an insect and a bird. And that's pretty much the legs. Take that and take this and flip it down like that. And then you split, whoops, then you split the dildo part and rotate it. Oh, you know what? It's upside down. And I ended up cracking mine. It's made of like this hard plastic, and just I cracked it. So this one's a little loose. It's got crazy glue on it, but that had nothing to do with the seller. I want to emphasize that. It was brand new in the box. It was brand new, and in the box you have to take these pieces off to. Why is that so close? Take the pieces off to put them, to store them in the box, because that's the way the box is made. So put that back on there, and let's move this back over here because it's bothering me that everything's in the dark now. I don't want everybody to be in the dark. So all right, so now you've got a dragon head. You just put the horn back like that, and then if you want, you can open the mouth and whatever. So you've got the dragon head there. And then this just kind of goes back like this. And, oops. And that's pretty much it. And then you just, on the box, he squat down. His legs are squat down like this with his Gatling gun knees pointing forward. And before I forget, you put those in there so his tail is complete. And there you have the dragon mode. And let me see if I can move everything back a bit, because in dragon mode he's actually fairly tall. So there he is in his dragon mode with his Gatling gun feet facing forward. Let me just rotate it a little bit. Oh, shoot. You can see my issue. I keep pulling that thing off. There we go. And, yeah. So he has the size of the drills for some reason as shoulder pauldrons. And, yeah, that's pretty much the dragon mode. He's got... They got him squat down like this, I guess, so that he can use his knee guns. Otherwise, what ends up happening is you can make him a little taller, but what ends up happening is then you have these big pieces sticking off the back. So, I mean, but then he's really tall, to be honest with you. Then he's an ultra-sized figure. because he's not in his robot mode. And take dear old Cyclonus here and lean him up there, and then you can see he is fairly huge. Fairly huge. So, articulation is as follows. Let's bring him closer. His neck is, it's got a bunch of rotating, swivelly, spiny things. So you can have him looking up if you need to. You can have him looking way down if you need to. If you want, you can have him have a horn facing forward. You can, again, you can open his mouth, which is pretty nice. And because of all the things, you can tilt it at different angles and get fairly nice poses. Now, I don't like these shoulder things. I don't like them at all. Especially in this mode, they're just way too big and, well, silly looking. I mean, they're not big enough to look like wings. To be honest with you, they look like somebody took a golden dildo and split it in half and stuck it on this figure. So, then we've got little articulate arms, which do rotate at the shoulder, but they're hindered by the shoulder, the dildo, and they're hindered by the hips. But they do bend here. They bend there. Legs can go basically a 360, except that, you know, they hit the... It's got the ability to rotate 360. You've got knee bending. You can straighten it or bend it as much as you want to. He has a little bit of, you know, if you flip the foot out, you can pretty much collapse the foot in if you decide to. Those move in and out, rotate around. Pretty much almost the same articulation he had as a robot. His tail does not move. It does not bend. It still shoots. I don't feel like shooting. And this thing still does the... You know, it looks almost... If it wasn't for these... If it wasn't for these in a way, this could fold up forward and almost look like wings. And then have a nice folding out and just, you know. So, I mean, it's not bad. It's a pretty good figure. You can get him, if you can get the Sono Kong version. Actually, this is the Takara version. I got him for like 30 something. You can get him for less loose sometimes. You can get them for a little bit more. The Korean version comes with this huge honking box, which I do miss. I like the huge honking box, but I don't have space for it. So, again, this is the Takara version. This is the Takara version. I will show you. As soon as I figure out where it went. Right there, Takara Co. Limited 1998. I mean, this figure is from let's see, 10, 11, 12, like 13 years ago. So this is a pretty good figure. It holds up nicely. It looks good. It's not a must-have. This figure is what I'd give it overall. I'd give it an 8. I mean, there are some likable parts about it. There are some non-likable parts about it. But each mode has something to offer. Even the robot mode, which is a little silly and short, has something to offer. So, again, you can get it on... Well, you can get it on eBay. You can probably get it somewhere else. But you can get it on eBay. The Pharaoh one has... Let's see, how many... I think he has 2 or 3 still listed. Some in box, some out of box. Yeah. So I think if you can grab this fella, maybe you should. I mean, he's not a bad figure, and he is kind of... He's cool, but he's also kind of funny in a very wrong sense. So this is Islip saying nothing really. I don't have a catchphrase. And I'm not really one much for catchphrases. I think sometimes if you do them wrong, they come out really silly. Anyway, bye.